We've been told that we're being joined by Major Maj Md Ali Shah on the broadcast. Major Shah, this is a big win for our forces and our intelligence agencies, the fact that they've managed to nab one of the accused in the Mohali blast case.
Absolutely. Forces, not just our defense forces, but our intelligence agencies, everyone put together, they are on a high alert and on a lookout. And anyone who would indulge in anti-national activities, in trying to bring a bad name to our country, trying to work against the interests of India, would be put to task straight away. And most certainly, this is a big win for our defense forces, and I commend the forces behind it. And it's just a start. There's more to go, and let me assure people having served in the armed forces, our forces are going to be on alert, and anyone who is going to be functioning against Indian interests is going to be put to task then and there itself.
At the same time, Major Shah, it is quite interesting that this is a Canada-based man, Lakhbir Singh Landa, who was named as the key conspirator in the Mohali blast case. So ISI terror operations and ISI-backed terror modules and people are not just present in Pakistan, but we're learning that the tentacles of Pakistani-backed terror have in fact infiltrated Canada as well.
No, this was earlier as well, and yes, people who are supporting the ISI Pakistan, they are already in Canada. People were aware of it. They take refuge over there. They take shelter over there because they cannot take shelter. They cannot think of surviving in India at any cost. So yes, most certainly, it is something which we have been knowing. In fact, that these guys would take refuge in Canada, and right now, as they have been traced out to Canada. In fact, so yes, but I doubt that the Canadian government would actually take action against them. It is, we have to do something on our own about it.
Okay, all right, Major Shah, stay on with us as we shift our focus to information coming in from Pakistan. An arrest warrant has been issued for former Prime Minister of Pakistan, Imran Khan, in a case registered at Islamabad's police station. Imran Khan is facing terror charges, remember, in Pakistan. Major Shah, this is absolutely, I mean, it's just so bizarre what happens in Pakistan. 1 minute he's accused with terror charges, Imran Khan, then the next minute they're dropped. He's threatening the government. Now an arrest warrant has been issued. It's an absolute joke.
Absolutely. There is no doubt about it. Whatever happened in Pakistan is a joke. There is no denying that. I mean, it is, I don't know, that country is meeting its own doomsday slowly and gradually. And on one side they say something else, they do something else, and they are unsure of themselves. That is the problem with them. And the problem with Pakistan is actually, I'll tell you where it lies. The problem is not about the problem or the mess that's happening in their country. The problem with them is they are more interested in peeping from the neighbor's window and to see what's happening inside the neighbor's house. And that is the problem. That is where they become a joke, and that is where they actually falter. And I see no solution coming out of it because they refuse to learn. They refuse to actually improve. They will remain incorrigible, and they will remain a big joke for the rest of the world.
All right, Major Shah, we leave it there, but stay on with us. More news coming in. We have a neighbor, like we are experts in information technology. They're experts in international terrorism, is what our External Affairs Minister has said. It's going on for years, but we could explain to the world that terrorism is terrorism. Today, it's being done against us. Tomorrow, it will be against you, India has warned. He also stated that no other country practices terrorism in the manner in which Pakistan has done. He further said, you show me anywhere in the world what Pakistan has done for so many years against India. After the 26/11 Mumbai attack, it is important for us to be clear to ourselves that this kind of behavior and action is unacceptable and there will be consequences. Major Maj Md Ali Shah still with us on the broadcast. Major Shah, that's a big statement coming in from India. We've often, of course, heard our diplomats at the UN really tearing Pakistan apart, but our External Affairs Minister, without mincing his words, calling out Pakistan for perpetrating terror, not just in India, but across the world at this point in time.
Firstly, I really commend and appreciate our External Affairs Minister, Mr. Jaishankar, for having such a brilliant foreign policy for India. In fact, the other countries who look up to us, and he doesn't mince his words. He doesn't mince his words at all. So, when he, in fact, had the courage to, in fact, stand up to US and to tell them that, listen, what you are doing is, what we do, you call that wrong. What you do is what? So he has spoken up to big nations, and he has rightly called Pakistan as an IT expert, international terrorism expert. And he makes no bones about it when he deals with it. He has been the Foreign Secretary of India as well. He's been a diplomat himself, so he understands what diplomacy is. He knows the inside out of it. And when he calls the bluff of Pakistan directly on the face, and Pakistan cannot react on it at all because they have no face to show. And there is no other explanation. There is no other way that they can get away with it. So yes, I really commend and the efforts and the courage of our External Affairs Minister. And that is the right way to go, in fact.
Absolutely. And at the same time, India is now also time and again reminding the world that while we have been dealing with Pakistani-backed terror for so many years, it will reach your countries as well.
Absolutely. Anyone who harbors snakes in the backyard, ultimately the snakes come and bite themselves. So Pakistan, I'll give you a small example over here. Last year, 15th August, Pakistan was backing Taliban big time. In fact, General Syed Hamid, the ISI chief, he had even gone to Afghanistan to secure seats for the Haqqani network in the Taliban government, a government of terrorists. Now look what's happening now. Taliban and Pakistan cannot look at each other eye to eye. There were over 10,000 Pakistani nationals who crossed over to Afghanistan to help support Taliban. But both the countries refuse to accept the Durand line. They say, no, this territory is ours. So Pakistan is today friends with China for a purpose, for the CPAC, so the Pakistan Economic Corridor. Look what happened to Sri Lanka, which made friends with China. They had hell to pay. Pakistan is going to meet the same fate ultimately, and well, it would be easier said than done by saying that the sooner they realize it, the better. They will never realize it. Even when they meet the doomsday, they will not realize it. Look what happened less than a month ago. There were deadly floods in Pakistan. And our Prime Minister, he expressed his sympathies for them. And Shahbaz Sharif, the false pride that he has, says that, he doesn't want to, he will not take any aid from India. Who's offering them aid in the first place? Which means even the remotest possibility of getting aid from any angle, that was less. So yes, Pakistan is meeting its own doomsday, and I think the only way to actually sort them out is to let them die their own slow death slowly, and they don't need an external enemy. They are enough to cause their own doomsday, and I think our foreign policy, our stand on Pakistan has been very right from the very beginning. There is no point in indulging in dialogue with them. They will never improve. They will never, ever want to mend their ways. They will remain the way they are, and ultimately they meet their own doomsday.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Maj Shah, for joining us on the broadcast.